Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/AckleyAttack44227 to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, this is AckleyAttack4427 here with, well, another video for all of you guys, and yeah, I guess I know pretty much, I guess seeing how I did finish up on, of course, all of the videos that I've actually put up regarding this year's Syracuse Collectors Con that I was actually had some time ago, I figure I would pretty much get one more in that's actually in relation to that Sega convention for sure, so yeah. And of course, I guess ever since it has actually popped up right around the past weekend, and a lot of people have actually been bringing this up sometime after the con was officially over. I figure this would actually warrant its own video for once because, well, I don't know what else I would actually cram in at the last minute by far, so so yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure, so yeah. And of course, if you actually read the title of course, that said video, I think it would pretty much get you the idea, of course, what exactly I mean for sure, so yeah, in case you're actually quite curious, this year's Syracuse Collectors Con, as of course established from, of course, my vlogs and my other videos, and even my What the Pickup episode that I did some time ago for sure, yeah, it was actually a really great time for sure. I dare even say it's actually as great as, of course, the one that's held last year for sure, so yeah. And of course, I did get to do plenty of stuff while I was there for sure, but moreover, it was actually yeah, this year was, of course, really special for me because, well, I actually got to pretty much be one of the judges for their cosplay contest on both days for sure. Right alongside CY's Wonder Woman, who has, of course, been part of the cosplay panel we did the year before, which was a ton of fun for sure. And, of course, Zircon Momotaro, who is, of course, the head judge of the cosplay contest for sure, with Chili Pub hosting both events for sure, so my God, I think I seem to be coughing up a storm for sure, so yeah, that's pretty much why I gag for sure, despite my voice being all messed up as we speak for sure, but don't worry, it will get better over time for sure, so bear with me on that, so yeah, but of course, I've actually decided to bring it up for sure because, well, I think it was actually more than just that for sure, but surprisingly enough, in case you actually couldn't put the puzzle pieces together, there's one other thing that did occur during the time of the convention that actually does involve me for sure, and that being, of course, well, I was, of course, featured in a special segment on the local news for sure regarding pretty much in relation to, of course, that said convention I was at for sure, so so yeah, I'm pretty sure you will get the idea, of course, where I'm actually going with, of course, that one for sure. So, my God, I definitely need water. Oh yeah, that feels much better. So yeah. I guess if you couldn't recall, I think, as of course, pretty much from what I'm talking about, but I did mention it in, of course, day one of my Syracuse Collectors Con 2025 vlog that I posted some time ago for sure. I believe I actually mentioned for the fact that while we were pretty much while the convention was, of course, getting into a full swing for sure. Yeah, and that was, of course, right around on Saturday morning when the convention opened up for sure. Believe it or not, I was, of course, pretty much featuring, of course, oh, excuse me, so yeah, I was, of course, featuring, of course, a news segment by far on the local news about that Sega convention for sure, and yeah, I was actually part of the hag for sure, so yeah. In case you actually don't know exactly what I mean, the local news station where, of course, they aired this story, which I was a part of, is, of course, pretty much entitled NewsChannel9 for sure, to which, well, I guess unlike any others who actually share the same name, this one is, of course, pretty much a bit more local by far to where I live for sure. Probably, I think, about all the way up in the Syracuse area for sure. So yeah. So yeah, pretty much all the way up in the Syracuse area for sure. In case you couldn't actually recall for sure, hence why it actually goes by the full title, which is, of course, NewsChannel9 WSYR. So yeah, and of course, surprisingly enough, they actually were doing a segment, of course, this year's Syracuse Collectors Con, and I bet all of you guys may be wondering, where do I actually fit into, of course, the Haga Sega news story? Well, the answer is actually quite simple for sure. Oh, God. But yeah, to really answer the question, of course, what exactly I'm talking about for sure, I think it pretty much came about when, of course, I pretty much got a message from, of course, pretty much the journalist who was actually running that Sega story that goes by the name of Alex Locke-Wright. Pretty much, he actually got in contact with me through Facebook messaging and stuff, and pretty much asking if, of course, pretty much if it is true that I'm, of course, going to be one of the judges of course, the cosplay contest, and I'm like, yeah, pretty much, So yeah, and that is, of course, followed up with, of course, pretty much with him replying, saying that, hey, I'm actually going to be doing a news segment regarding the convention that's going to be coming up, let alone talking about cosplay for sure. Do you suppose that maybe I can interview you, pretty much, and have you feature somewhere, and of course, that Sega segment? And I'm like, well, okay, yeah, of course I would, so yeah, and I definitely know, I think, beforehand, and I did cover this, and of course, pretty much one video that I did in the past, for sure. That being, of course, I was actually featured in, of course, a couple of, pretty much radio spots for sure. That's, of course, done by pretty much one local radio station from where I live, and that being, of course, X101. So yeah. But I guess pretty much if anything, being featured on the local news and stuff is actually really quite interesting for sure. And oh yeah, let's not forget to mention, I think I know prior to, of course, starting out my YouTube career in a nutshell, I was, of course, featured in, of course, a couple of stories at our local newspaper, to which sadly is, of course, gone into a bankruptcy as of recently, so... So yeah, but of course it was actually quite fun, and I think we do have pretty much snippets of course, a couple of pictures of course, the news articles on our local newspaper still hung up by my parents for sure. So there's actually that, and yeah, aside from, of course, being featured in a couple of radio stations, well, if you may recall, pretty much in one video that I did some time ago for sure, I did talk about pretty much about me being featured on Otaku USA magazine for sure under their cosplay section. Back right around in 2018 for sure, when of course I went as a tuxedo mask for the Sailor Moon Me Up and Photo Shoot event at Academy Boston that same year, so... So yeah, that would pretty much get you the idea, of course, what exactly I'm going for, hands down, so... So yeah, but getting to actually appear on the local news for sure... That alone is actually really quite amazing for sure. So of course, given to Alex's offer by the Hag, I have of course decided to accept the Hag offer for sure, because, well, there's no way in hell I'm actually gonna be missing out on that for sure. So. So yeah. My God, my voice is really messed up by far, so. So yeah, and of course, pretty much of anything, right around the first day of the con, has pretty much me and Zircon and Chili Pop were, of course, getting ourselves set up with the cosplay table for sure. As of course, we've actually captured, and of course, pretty much that I actually filmed for my vlog some time ago. Yeah, Alex was, of course, luckily enough to actually show up there just in that particular time for sure. And yeah, I actually did manage to, of course, be the first one interviewed for sure for that said news segment, and yeah, truth be told, it was a whole lot of fun for sure. I'm really glad that I actually got the opportunity to actually do the Hag for sure. So, so yeah. And of course, surprisingly enough, that is of course followed up with Chili Pop being interviewed next for sure, to which I actually did get a good picture of that I showcased in the Hatseg vlog that I did some time ago, and yeah, I guess aside from that, we pretty much just went ahead and actually pretty much continue on with, of course, doing what we were actually required to do, hands down, and yeah, despite the fact that my voice was, of course, messed up, as of course, like what you're hearing right now for sure. It was still a whole lot of fun for sure, and I'm really glad that I got to do it, so. But don't take my word for it, hands down. I'm sure a lot of you guys are actually quite curious to see me and, of course, the NewsChannel9 news segment that I was actually part of, and don't worry about a thing, I will provide a link to that said news segment down in the description box below, but in case you're actually quite curious, well, I'm not gonna be featuring the entire thing hands down, but what I am gonna do instead is I'm actually gonna be showcasing pretty much my part, and of course that's a new segment for sure. So, so yeah, that's pretty much what I would do for sure. Just to save you guys pretty much about a whole 2 minutes for sure. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and actually showcase pretty much a small portion of me, and of course that's a new segment for sure. So yeah, have a look. The best way to get a cosplay done is like several months or years before a convention will go around. Taking up on what I learned from, of course, my grandmother, who actually taught me how to sew for myself. How can I capture the character in my mind, of course, their personality and all that sort of stuff, sort of like what they do in the original source material. Well, wasn't that actually quite interesting by far? So yeah. Sure, I guess my voice is, of course, really in bad shape, kind of like what you're hearing in this video. But I do hope it was actually well worth it for sure. So yeah, honestly, to me, I am really quite thrilled with, of course, how it actually turned out for sure. And well, if you actually followed me on my social media platforms, right around sometime after day one of Syracuse Collectors Con actually wrapped up for sure, I actually did share that new segment for sure, and yeah, my point still stands. I really had a good time pretty much being a part of it for sure, and I'm really thrilled on how well it came out for sure. So so yeah, I think with, of course, pretty much what you actually showcase, Alex actually did ask the right questions, and yeah, I actually did provide some pretty good answers to the hag for sure, and yeah, I guess pretty much either way, I am yeah, I think just by seeing me pretty much in my Miss Kobayashi cosplay for sure, just pretty much doing pretty much talking about my experience, and of course cosplaying general for sure. I think that alone is, of course, really well worth it in the end for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much if anything, I think it definitely feels great for sure, because really, let's face it, I actually haven't appeared on any segment on any local news prior to, of course, this one for sure. But getting to actually be a part of this for sure, I think that alone is, of course, what really made it worth it, of course, my part for sure. So yeah, and I guess for that, I just want to pretty much give pretty much a big special thanks to Alex Reitman. Yeah, yeah, I do apologize if I say his name wrong, but Alex Locke-Wright. There we go. Now I finally got it. So yeah. I guess once again, I just want to give a big special thanks to, of course, Alex Locke-Wright for, of course, pretty much offering he to be part of this for sure, and yeah, I'm really quite thrilled, of course, how it turned out, as well as to everyone at NewsChannel9 for actually pretty much giving this pretty much this amongst plenty of others during pretty much during this year's Syracuse Collectors Con. Actually worth it for sure. So yeah, and of course, luckily enough, I did manage to around the time after the convention is over, I did manage to make some updates and stuff to my media kit, to which I not only added, where of course I was I was judging the cosplay contest alongside CNY's Wonder Woman and Zircon Momotaro. Alongside acting a judge, as of course one of the services I'll provide for any future conventions that I'll actually go to which, by the way, I would really love to, of course, pretty much be a judge, pretty much at another cosplay contest, maybe for next year again, or maybe for another convention that'll be coming up anytime soon, so yeah. But we'll definitely have to wait and see on that. But moreover, I did manage to adding pretty much the little note saying that I was actually featuring that said news segment for sure, and yeah, that alone is of course pretty much very well deserving to mention that for sure. So yeah. I'm actually really grateful for, of course, that, and yeah, luckily enough, sometime after the convention, a few people that I actually know locally to where I live actually were really quite thrilled to, of course, see that I was actually featured in that said news segment for sure. So yeah. That alone is, of course, really something I couldn't help but admire for sure, so yeah. And I guess pretty much of anything for what it is, I am really thrilled on how well it came out for sure, and yeah. And I guess pretty much that would lead to the ultimate question. Will there come a time where, of course, I might appear in another news segment anytime soon in regards to another convention that I'll go to, or let alone anything revolving around my online career in a nutshell? Actually, yeah, I would definitely love to see that happen for sure. So yeah. Not sure, of course, when exactly, because I can't fully guarantee it. But I do hope that might happen anytime soon for sure, so yeah, it will only be a matter of time, yes, but I'm really looking forward to, of course, seeing on what will go down for sure, so yeah. And of course, if you are, I guess right up until then, if you are quite curious to actually see it for yourself, then not to worry about a thing. I'll provide the link to that in, of course, the description box below in case you're actually quite curious to see for yourself for sure. And yeah, once again, I want to give a big special thanks to Alex Locke-Wright for, of course, asking me to be a part of this for sure, and yeah, really came out great for sure, and I'm really glad I got to do it, and for that, I'm also going to leave a link pretty much to, of course, a YouTube channel that he currently runs for sure, so yeah. Even though he's, of course, a journalist for NewsChannel9, he does have a YouTube channel for you to check out for sure, so yeah, if you got the time, definitely check him out for sure, and definitely check out the news segment for sure, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front, so yeah. I'm really glad I got to do it, and once again, Alex, thank you so much for this hand sound, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and, well, I guess as usual, let me know down in the comments down below on what you think of course, what I've actually talked about for sure, so yeah. That's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and, well, it definitely feels good to get this off my chest for sure. But still doesn't change for the fact that my voice is still messed up for sure, so So yeah. But don't worry about a thing. I do hope it will get better over time. I've been drinking as much tea and water, pretty much as much tea and honey as I can, so hopefully that might help, so. But we'll see on that. So I guess we're up until my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna see if I can pretty much gargle in so much salt water for sure, and see if that will help for sure. So yeah, I'll definitely leave it at that. Take care, guys.
Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.